much of these forests have remained totally untouched.
Idaho Governor Brad Little in Coeur d'Alene today to sign the Make Forest Healthy Again Act into law. We'll break down what it aims to do.
Sunny and warm the rest of the week. We're breaking down why our needed rain misses the region.
What we saw at the town hall were people with power believing that they have absolute power, and they don't.
2 months after she was dragged out of a Coeur d'Alene town hall meeting, Teresa Bornpaul talks to KREM 2. Hear from her and why she plans to sue. New tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start with some breaking news just into the newsroom. Lorie Vallow Daybell has been found guilty for conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Vallow was on trial in Arizona for conspiring to kill her former husband, Charles Vallow. She represented herself during the trial and during her closing argument said she shot Charles in self-defense. We do have a live stream of the verdict reading right now over on our streaming platform, KREM 2+. In other news today, a Spokane Valley woman healing after a woman allegedly stabbed her, mother, and her daughter multiple times before trying to turn that knife on herself. It happened on Monday. KREM 2's Christian Garza went down to the crime scene today and shares what we know so far. Christian?
Yeah, it was here at this house right on Boone Avenue here in the valley where a woman was allegedly taken into custody for allegedly stabbing 2 of her family members. Now we're learning a little bit more about what happened after she makes her first court appearance before a judge. Now, according to the affidavit of facts, Terry Suter was arrested for 2 counts of assault in the first degree after court documents say she stabbed both her mother and daughter multiple times on Monday. Court documents state that Suter attacked them inside of their Spokane Valley home. The affidavit of facts showed that her daughter was stabbed multiple times while in a bedroom with Suter's grandson, and that her mother was stabbed and pushed down the stairs and then stabbed again. The affidavit shows when Spokane County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene, they found both victims as well as Suter with a knife in her hand. Deputies say Suter refused to put the knife down and tried to stab herself multiple times. That's when deputies tased her and took her into custody.
This is not a sane woman. She has always told me that she wants me dead. This is not her first time being violent, and I want this charged at the highest of its ability. She was living with us at the time and just shows that if she could do this to her child and her mother, she could do this to anyone. There's no telling what she's capable of.
After reviewing the probable cause affidavit, a Spokane County judge found probable cause for both of the counts of first-degree assault Suter is facing. The judge also set bail at $500,000. Now, we did reach out to the victims, but they did not want to speak on camera at this time. Suter is set to be back in court on May 6th. In Spokane Valley, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. Last night, the Spokane City Council passed the Ban the Address initiative. It prohibits businesses from asking for an applicant's address until after a job offer has been made. Council says the ordinance ensures that qualified people are not excluded based on their housing status. All right, let's take a break from the headlines and talk weather once again with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo in the Outdoor Weather Center. Jeremy, from my vantage point, looks pretty nice outside.
Oh man, if you were only out here, you would know how much better it actually is. On paper, it just looks like it's 58 degrees, and on paper, it looks like there's a little bit of cloud cover. But if you step outside and find a little bit of that sunshine, it feels quite a bit warmer. A light breeze just reminds you that it is April after all. But across the region, temperatures are on the warm side of things. 58 in Spokane, 57 in Deer Park, 56 in Coeur d'Alene, and 60s out in central Washington. You're probably going, seems a bit warmer than where we sat 1 hour ago. That's what happens this time of year. A high temperature typically occurs around now, much later in the day than most of us would just assume, but that's just because daylight takes a while to heat things up, and temperatures are always a lagging indicator of daylight and sun angle. Forecast lows tomorrow morning, once again quite chilly across the inland northwest, and that's because there is nothing to stop them from cooling down. The best way to get cold at night is with clear skies and calm wind, and that's exactly what we have. Our ridge of high pressure is building off the coast, and as that settles over the top of us, more clear skies, more calm wind, and even warmer temperatures in the days to come. Our overnight lows start to climb as well. We go from the low 30s to the mid 30s and near 40s and mid 40s by the end of the week. Reason being, our afternoon highs get so much warmer. 64 tomorrow, 71 on Thursday, and 72 by Friday.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy, thank you very much. A North Idaho woman dragged from a February town hall in Coeur d'Alene has put Kootenai County on notice. She plans to sue. Dr. Teresa Bornpaul and her attorney had filed a notice of a tort claim Monday. Tonight, KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy spoke with them about why they may take legal action. Shannon?
And Dr. Bornpaul says those private security guards, the county sheriff, and members of the Republican group that hosted that event violently stripped her of her rights.
Our litigation is a deterrent for bad behavior. And what we saw at the town hall were people with power believing that they have absolute power, and they don't.
2 months to the day since she was pulled from a Kootenai County Republican Central Committee event, Dr. Teresa Bornpaul says her physical injuries have healed.
If folks could feel that comfortable to violate my person with 450 people watching, that's what really lingers.
She's since wondered if she's safe in her community. Monday, Bornpaul and her attorney Wendy Olson filed notice of a potential lawsuit in an effort to reclaim rights Bornpaul says were stripped violently.
So this is the first step.
The notice of tort claim names Sheriff Bob Norris, 5 members of the security team from Lear Asset Management, KCRCC Chair Brent Regan, and the town hall's MC, Ed Bejarana. Olson says under state law, you must name individuals involved. That doesn't mean they'll all be sued.
Then the county can evaluate your claims, evaluate the conduct, and determine whether or not it wants to try to resolve the claim prior to there being any lawsuit filed.
Kootenai County now has 90 days to respond. Its Board of Commissioners declined to comment. Bornpaul says she doesn't want anyone to feel silenced, and the potential lawsuit isn't just about ensuring her own freedom of speech.
My constitutional rights are your constitutional rights, and a violation of anyone's is a violation of everyone's.
Now, outside of Bornpaul's pending lawsuit, 5 members of Lear Asset Management, the security company, and a private citizen are facing criminal charges from the city prosecutor. The security company owner, Paul Truett, previously told KREM 2 News the allegations are absurd and they feel confident in their legal defense. Now, Norris's attorney says there are no formal court actions against the sheriff, and he says the sheriff isn't speaking publicly about this under his advice. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Thank you very much. Still ahead tonight at 5 o'clock, here are stories that we are working out for you today. The Spokane Chiefs are zeroing in on a trip to the Western Conference Finals. We have a Game 6 preview from the Spokane Arena coming up. And then cleaning up, Edwidge Wilson Park is underway for the future improvement. We have what this future development is, and we'll take a look at it coming up after the break.